but they're not in their graves.
Well, hello there, my creatures of the night, and welcome to another bone-chilling episode of Saturday Night Horror Theater! On tonight's bone-chilling episode, we'll be reviewing the Banana Splits movie. The Banana Splits movie stars awkward stepdad asshole, weird kid who needs to grow the fuck up, and it also stars Milfenstein 3000, and it also stars guy who was clearly high through his performance, and it also stars the Banana Splits. For those of you that are unaware, the Banana Splits originally started out as a I guess you could say a variety hour show back in the late 60s, early 70s that was kind of trying to jump on the hype train of like the Monkees and like other variety type kid shows of that era, and it somehow got made into a horror movie back now in 2019, which is pretty fucking puzzling to me because, for one, who in the banana shits is this movie for, and what are the banana shits did I just watch? The Banana Splits movie is, I can't even call it a wild ride. I can call it more of like a mediocre ride because I have to give whoever wrote this movie, whoever directed this movie, a little bit of a round of applause for taking something that's as goofy as this.
Now here comes the Banana Splits. Grouper, right here. Lego, yes sirree. Snarky. Bingo.
Here I am.
And turning it into something that is as goofy as this.
Time's almost up.
I mean, the movie it's goofy. It's a goofy fucking movie. It's basically, if you want to get down to brass tacks, it's a Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff. Even though Five Nights at Freddy's came out way after the Banana Splits, you can clearly tell that the premise of this movie is really heavily influenced by Five Nights at Freddy's. I think I read somewhere that this was like a scrapped Five Nights at Freddy's movie script, and they turned it into a Banana Splits movie. And the reason I'm drawing so many similarities between the two is that, for those of you who are unaware, Five Nights at Freddy's was a very popular computer game that featured a bunch of animatronic, killer animatronic mascot things in the same vein of like Chuck E. Cheese that would like walk around this like ugly pizzeria and then like kill people or scare the shit out of you. And that's essentially what the Banana Splits movie is. It's a movie about these animatronic things that somehow become sentient and evil and want to like kill all the adults and like continue to keep the show running. And it's just like, okay, that's one thing that I kind of found a little bit like they didn't explain that at all, or they explained it very little, how these things turned evil. In the beginning of the film, spoilers, if you can really spoil a movie about a fucking bunch of animatronic, killer animatronic mascots, it shows that the technician for these animatronic mascots, or to put it easily, the technician for the Banana Splits is doing an update on one of them, and somehow the update goes wrong, and it gets all like red eyes, and it's like gonna kill everybody. And it turns evil, and they only show that he does an update to one of them, but somehow all of them start to turn evil, which is kind of like, okay, I guess, maybe they're linked up, I don't know, but they never explain that, and then the movie kind of goes from there. But before the movie starts going, you have to deal with all this like subplot. For a movie this goofy and crazy, there is a lot of subplot in here. There's a mother trying to like integrate her family with her step-husband, and the step-husband cheating on the mom. And there's also kind of like a Willy Wonka aspect where they have all these different types of like parents and their kids, and it kind of like doesn't work. So kind of like the reboot with Johnny Depp of Willy Wonka, it just doesn't fucking work. And it's just like, to me, in my opinion, if you're gonna make a movie like this, make it like a movie like this, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm trying to say here? Like, make it gory, make it over the top, and we don't need any subplot. The plot of the movie is the banana splits, they're evil now, and they want to kill everybody, and that's all you fucking need, and that's all this movie needed. But instead, this movie wanted to fill itself with like some sort of like dramatic tension and some sort of like backstory and a subplot, when we don't need all of that. The movie could have honestly just started off at the taping of the Banana Splits movie, and they just break out and start fucking murdering everybody, and maybe like a group of like 5 or 6 people survive, and they're kind of just trying to like run away from the Banana Splits and stuff. That's what this movie should have been. But instead, the movie wants to like explore all these backstories, and then finally they get to the taping, and then finally all the people die and stuff like that. And it's like, it takes a while to get to where it's going, and it's only an hour and 30 minutes long, and the first half of this movie, the first 30 minutes of the movie, is spent talking about Milfenstein 3000 and asshole stepdad's relationship. And it's just like, I don't care. Go on to the killing. Go on to the killing. I want to see these fucking animatronic fucking animals kill some fucking people. But when it starts to get to there, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. It's gory fun. The Banana Splits, they kill people pretty cool. I mean, they die in cool, unique ways. And I have to commend this movie. You can tell that it has a very low budget, and they worked with what they had, and that's fine. You know what I mean? It's a low budget movie. It's a sci-fi original TV movie. I didn't expect it to have like a $1 billion budget or anything like that. But if they plan on making a second one, like how the movie hints at, give these people a little bit more money. I promise, if you give them a little bit more money, the movie will be a little bit better. Because this movie is a type of movie that needs money thrown at it, because the premise is so outlandish and wild that it needs a little bit of money thrown at it. Because for the most part, the animatronic Banana Splits or whatever, you can tell that they're just people in like suits walking around going like, with this sound effect behind them like that, like which is again fine. They only had so much money. Okay, cool. But they could have put more money into that. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, this movie, it's a little bit boring, it's a little bit dull at times, but whenever the Banana Splits are killing people and are doing things, it's serviceable, it's okay. One thing I wish is that the Banana Splits had more of a personality, that maybe they had one that was more the leader, and maybe they had one that's more vicious than the other ones. They don't have that at all of them are pretty much the same. They just indiscriminately kill people without any rhyme or reason other than the show must go on. And okay, yeah, fine, right? Like, going back to what I said, it doesn't need to be that deep of a movie because it's the Banana fucking Splits movie, but I would have liked for them to have more character. I mean, I think if they would have had more character, that would have made this movie a lot more enjoyable. Instead, we kind of just get like a run-of-the-mill, like, kind of slasher movie just with like a kind of different twist on it. And I mean, if that's what you're looking for, more power to you. I will say this is one of the surprisingly better sci-fi original movies. It's not the Leprechaun Origins, it's not Zombie Tidal Wave or whatever kind of shit they have coming out this week. So in summary, I have to give the Banana Splits movie a 5.5 out of 10. I mean, it's not a great movie. I don't think anybody out there expected this to be like a fucking masterpiece of a film. And it's not even that great of a horror movie. It's more of like a horror comedy, and the comedy's not even that comedic. But if you really want to see this weird 70s show get turned into like kind of like a killer gore fest, I mean, I can't even really call it a gore fest. You watch this movie. I mean, I guess watch it. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's something you can watch, crack open a couple of beers, maybe get a couple of laughs out of it. So, there you have it, ghouls and gals. 5.5 out of 10. I'm Ryan T, and I'll see you in the next episode.